feels like rendezvous. You know what to do. Keep your love for me only. I get high on you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am filming in my living room. I don't know, I was just feeling like a change of scenery. I wanted to film in here. I don't know guys, I just felt it and went with it. I have like 3 windows here that I'm filming in front of, so I figured the lighting would be good. And we're just going with it. But today's video is going to be all about how to online date as a plus size person. Whether you're a man or a woman, these tips can still kind of apply to you. And yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to say is please, please, please do not even think about online dating unless you're 18 or over. You truly do not know who you're talking to on the internet. The internet can be a great place, but also can be a really scary place. And if you're under 18, you may be a little bit more naive and just not aware of the dangers of the internet. And I wouldn't want anything, God forbid, bad to happen to any of you guys. So please, if you are under 18, disregard this video. Don't even watch it. Yeah, but if you are over 18, these are just kind of like my tips that I have done personally when online dating. So as you guys know, my past relationship, I had met that person on an online dating website called POF, plentyoffish.com. But currently, right now I'm single. Right now I'm using Tinder, which is kind of like more of like a hookup app. I mean, I don't use it for like a hookup app. I don't really know why I'm on these dating websites. I'm just kind of like on there to like see what's new, what's poppin', who's out there kind of thing. But personally, I've only tried websites that are free. I've never tried like dating websites that you like have to pay for. Like I think there's like match.com and a couple other ones that I've never tried before. I don't pay for them. I just use like the free online little apps like Tinder. I think there's one called Hinge. POF. There's definitely more. I feel like I remember someone talking about like OkCupid or something like that. Like, I don't know. Personally, I've only tried Tinder, POF, and I just downloaded Hinge just to like see what it was all about. It's kind of bizarre, but basically Tinder is like one of those apps where you just like swipe left or swipe right if you either like the person or don't like the person, and then if they mutually like you, you guys can kind of have a conversation together. But my first tip is if you are a plus size person, you should be honest about the fact that you are a plus size person, right? Like put honest pictures up out there. Like put honest pictures on your profile, on your app. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's so much worse if you're only taking pictures from like, you know, I'm sorry to say this, but like the fat girl angle, like the typical big girl angle where we take pictures from like all the way up here. So we look skinnier and we hide our double chins and we look smaller, and we're only posting pictures like that. We're not being honest. Like that's not really what we look like. We're not putting our full bodies out there, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. Like if I feel like it'd be a million times worse if you were to only post pictures like that from that angle. Find somebody that you really liked, have a true connection with them, end up meeting up with that person, and then you're like very like overcome with anxiety and like just fear because you weren't honest about what you truly look like. So tip number 1 is please post honest pictures of yourself. If you can't love yourself, you can't expect somebody else to love you. You have to be true to yourself. Post your full body out there. There's nothing wrong with it. Trust me. Yeah, and it's just so much better that way. Like you save yourself so much anxiety, so much like fear and like just self-doubt if you just post honest pictures of yourself. Tip number 2. So I'm not the kind of person, personally on my dating, like on Tinder, I really don't fill anything out. Like I put my age, I put where I'm from, and I have multiple pictures like from my Instagram and like honest pictures that represent what I look like and who I am. But I don't go the extra mile as far as like filling out my profile. I don't know if that's like out of laziness or if that's just like me being like, I would rather have a conversation with somebody and like have them get to know me than me just like list all these things. So I would say put a little bit of effort into your profile. I don't, but put a little bit of effort into your profile. I wouldn't give it all away. Like I wouldn't put like your whole life story on there and like everything that you like, everything that you dislike, all your hobbies, things like that, because then you're not gonna have anything to talk about with the other person that you're talking with. So I would just say like put a little bit of information out there, maybe like a couple of fun things. And that way other people can kind of like get a feel for your personality and then decide to swipe left or right, I guess. My third tip would be follow your gut instinct. If you end up matching with somebody or however any of the other dating websites work and you're talking to them and you just have like an odd feeling, like you have a weird gut feeling, follow that instinct, stop talking to them. Like I said, the internet can be a scary place. Like I don't want to scare you guys into like not doing any of it, but because it can also be a great place. Like I said, I've met really cool people online dating, but it can also be a scary place and you don't truly know the person behind their picture. So if you have a weird gut feeling, I would definitely say to follow that, stop talking to them, and just move on, either unmatch with them or block them or whatever you have to do and start talking to somebody new. Okay, now say that you've been like talking with somebody, you've been texting with them, you guys have a good connection and you decide to meet up with that person. Do it the safe way. So I always personally let somebody know where I'm going, either my friend or my family member. I always share my location. If you have an iPhone, you have the option to share your location. I share my location with my best friend and also my brother if I'm ever gonna go out with these people. That's tip number one. Always let somebody know where you're going if you're meeting up with somebody. And if you have the option to share your location, share your location. Tip number two is to meet up in a public place, whether that be a coffee shop or a club or a bar or anything like that really. Restaurant, obviously, like just somewhere public. Like I wouldn't go back to that person's house the first time I'm meeting them. I wouldn't invite them over to my house the first time I'm meeting them. You just want to do it a safe way. So go in public where people can see you and God forbid something goes wrong, you have other people around you to kind of get you out of the situation or call for help or do whatever they have to do. So definitely meet up in a public place would be tip number two. Now, tip number three is gonna be more about like confidence, right? So like, I feel like as a plus size person, you may feel, personally, I have doubted myself in the past when meeting up with somebody online. I'm like, oh my God, do I not look like my pictures? Like, what if he thinks I'm gross in person? Like, what if I don't live up to what my pictures look like? I think that's totally normal. I think every single person who meets someone online thinks like that because you met online. And like, obviously you're not gonna post pictures where you think you look bad, you know, you're gonna put your best picture out there. So when you're meeting up with this person, you're like, oh my God, like, am I gonna match, am I gonna live up to my picture? Just try to stay confident because obviously this person likes you for a reason. Hopefully you guys have FaceTime. That's another huge tip. This is kind of like two tips in one. FaceTime with that person before you meet up with them. Call them on the phone before you meet up with them. Make sure that they're not catfishing you before you waste your time and go meet up with them. FaceTime is a huge thing. If they don't have an iPhone, Skype, or whatever other kind of like video chat option you can do, but FaceTime is like perfect because like you know who you're talking to. Or even like Snapchat. I mean, Snapchat's a little less like, I don't know. I really recommend FaceTiming the person before you guys meet up, or at least talking on the phone and making sure you're talking to the gender that you think you're talking to, like, you know, make sure that everything kind of like adds up before you go meet up with them. So yeah, definitely. That's definitely a tip inside of a tip. Make sure you're FaceTiming or talking on the phone or doing something like that before you waste your time and go meet up with them. So once you've already met up with them, just be confident because this person has already seen what you look like, hopefully on video chat, definitely in pictures. You guys have been talking, so they like your personality. So just try to stay confident and know that like they like you. And to be honest, they're probably just as nervous as you are to meet you because online dating can be a little awkward at first, right? Like the first date's always a little like, oh, hey, like I know you, but I don't know you kind of thing. So just try to be as confident as you can and know that they obviously like you if they're spending their time to meet up with you. I can't think of any other tips really. Just be safe no matter what you do. Like no matter what you're doing online, be safe about it. Don't give out your address right away. Don't go to their house right away. Don't do anything like that. Just really make sure that like you have an understanding of the person. You've FaceTimed, you've video chatted, you've sent pictures, you talked on the phone, you've done something to where you can kind of confirm that this person is the person who they say they are. And always let your family or friends know where you're going, where you're gonna be, share your location, have them go with you, like something like that, just so that you're safe. Safety is a huge thing. Make sure you're safe no matter what you do, and also just be honest. Like, post honest pictures of yourself. Save yourself that like awkward anxiety, fear, like self-doubt. Post honest pictures. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I can think of anything else. If you guys want me to like do a whole like story time about like my first Tinder date or something like that, I can totally do that for you guys too. Anyways, I hope you guys are all safe when you're online dating. Let me know if you've had any like love stories, if you've met your husband or anything like that online. Let me know in the comment section down below, just because I think that'd be really cool to look at. Yeah, I love you guys all so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.